Hello, Jeff.
Oh, here we are again.
We are here. Welcome, everybody. It's November 42nd, I think.
November 42nd? Is that
Yes, November 42nd. I don't know. It feels like November's going on for a while. I'm kind of.
Is that like the day on Mars or something? Is that different?
Yeah, could be a day on Mars. Yeah. I could have woke up on the wrong side of.
The months could be longer. I don't know. We could ask ChatGPT or something.
Well, I'm not a accredited scientist, so I could tell you, but it would be most certainly incorrect. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Yeah.
Good. I can hear you.
Yeah, good. All right. That's all that matters then.
Just everybody out there, could you just nod and let us know?
Yeah. Hey, I was going to just remind you, Jeff,
yes.
And if anybody's eavesdropping, fine. We're up for that Best of Business Award in New Hampshire. So I'm going to go on ahead again and put the link out there. Jeff, we could put the link maybe in the comments if you can at some point. Because I'm chewing gum, walking, and balancing a few plates on my head. There's no way I'm getting to it. But anyway, you don't have to be from New Hampshire to vote for Brandartica in the marketing services category. You do have to vote for 10 categories. And someone said to me, well, what do I vote for? I'm not from New Hampshire. And I said, it doesn't matter. Just abba-dabba it. Just make sure when you vote for Brandartica in marketing services. Because once we win this bitch, Jeff and I are going to, hop on the first train to Varanasi and just kick back
wherever that is
in the on the edge of the Ganges River. We're just going to kick it back over there.
Yes.
Anyway, today we're talking about self-inflicted pressure. And what does that mean, Jeff? What does that mean to you?
Well, it can mean a lot of different things, but sometimes it means like setting unrealistic expectations for yourself. It could mean. Sometimes it's motivational too. I think it varies depending on what it is that you're dealing with.
Okay. But for me, I know it means, there are those times where I literally just put something on my own shoulders that doesn't maybe either A, need to be there, or B, I am, overwrought with just, anxiety and stressed out because I think that there's like, if I don't accomplish this or I don't get this right, all will fail. Everything will come to a crashing halt.
Right.
And, occasionally, I mean, of course, there are inhibitors and prescriptions that will solve that, but we don't want that or any more of those. But there's also just sort of like taking a step back and going, is this really that important? Is it, Oh, and by the way, we've got some construction going on outside, so you may hear some of the work happening as it goes.
Wow.
All right.
Are you Bob the Builder?
I'm not doing any of it, although I have been out several times to say, hey, how come that fucking ceiling is halfway through my back door? Don't you want it to be 3 feet higher? And they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like, fucking great. Let's get at it, boys.
Are you out there with like a tape measure stuff?
I can't do math. You know that. Hey. In the audience so far, we got Sherry Robeson, Brad. We got Brad. What's up, Brad? Stefan is here. Gavin, of course. Hey, Gavin. Gavin is the better half of that CPG Vibes crew.
Yes.
What's up, man?
Scott.
Of course, we love Wade, too. Wade's awesome. In fact,
of course.
In the middle of Wade's show, Wade and Gavin's show last Friday, I was like, dude, I cannot find the link for the life of me. Do you mind? And he was like in mid-show sending it to me, so I appreciate that. Also, we got mother-loving Scott Fisk in the house, who's an awesome dude, and he's doing something big tomorrow. Scott, make sure you drop a little comment in a little note in the comments about your big shoe coming up tomorrow. And Ginger Perry, one of my faves. We just had a great conversation, and looks like there's just so many more from Greg, and Brianna's here and all that. But we got a lot of show to go to, right? Don't we, Jeff?
We do.
All right. So,
Very
of course, we
exciting.
will have a pop in from our favorite CPG border czar from up north, Mr. Robert Kogan, will join us in a few minutes. But before we get to that, our special guest today, you know him, you love him, you can't live without him. He's Mr. and Mrs. Saturday Night. It's Jay Williams, and he's the founder of Free Bird Southern Spring Water. And of course, he's living proof that not all heroes wear capes. Although today we did ask him specifically to just please put on pants. We did a podcast with him.
We have a pants requirement.
It just, things just went. He stood up, basically. He forgot we were doing video. He stood up, and, and then everything, we got banned on every platform.
Right.
So, anyways, some of those heroes just bottle the cleanest damn water you're ever going to get. Jay didn't just launch this brand, Freebird. He built a movement around purity, purpose, and straight up Southern grit with a lot of humor woven into the fabric of the brand. So he's a collector of vintage cereal boxes. Elite hobby energy on that one. He once swam with a whale shark on a Tuesday because it was Tuesday. And I don't want to get too far into the rest of it. He was yelled at by John Cougar Mellencamp for playing music too loud. And he shook Jimmy Carter's hand at a Falcons game back when the Falcons weren't consistently losing all the time. So Jay is, he's got founder fire, which means he also probably has founder stress as well. He's got Southern soul, and he's got stories that go up and down smoother than the water he puts in the can. So let's make a big round of applause and make some noise for our good pal, Jay Williams.
Woohoo!
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon.
I'm fantastic.
I love it.
I'm doing great.
Where do we find you today? Where are you? You are somewhere in the great outdoors?
I am in the outdoors. I am actually behind our office in Atlanta, Georgia. And as you can see, I've got our little vehicle here behind me that I wanted to show off to the world because it's fun. And yeah, that's where I am.
Killer, man.
Very nice.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, I might have something here. Hold on.
You got something for us, Jeff?
Oh, look at there.
Whoa, it's a fresh one.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, y'all.
Meanwhile, I'm drinking this drivel they call spin drift in a what's loosely defined as a can. It just seems like gross. So thanks for that, everybody. Enjoy.
We'll never get them on the show now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, we're going to talk a lot about you and your story. Before we get into the questions, for those of you who don't know about Freebird, where the hell have you been? And if you're just showing up now, you're freaking late. Go sit down. Jay, can you give us a little bit of a background about Freebird, how you started, and what's your end goal? World domination or what?
Yeah, well, it's world domination, obviously. But well, first of all, hey, just thanks for having me, guys. It's always a blast to be with you guys, and it's always fun. I love shows like this that are not boring, and you guys are definitely not that. So Freebird. I always had an itch to be in the beverage business. I can't necessarily explain it, other than to say that, there is a side of me that is very creative. And I was previously in real estate development, and there's not a lot of outlets to utilize that creativity. And so it's something that I, just had thought about for years and years and years. And then, at some point in time, I thought, well, I can either wait forever or I can just go for it. And so I did. And I did so just seeing an opportunity, in the water space. Canned water had really become something that was, super, prevalent, in particular with what Liquid Death has accomplished out there. And, their brand obviously is, meant for some people and maybe not for others. And I'm not one of those people, but they've done a fantastic job. But I saw a space for a competitor to come in and sort of serve everybody else, if you will, and in particular, those that enjoy nice spring water and in particular from the Blue Ridge Mountains, but also one that had a brand with a soul. It sounds a little corny to say that, but a lot of brands just throw a couple of slogans out and think they have a brand. And
Yep.
we wanted to create something that was, had some depth to it and sort of embodied the American spirit. Hey, listen, if you don't like America, then maybe you don't like the brand. But if you do, then, we're not particularly controversial. We're for America, and we don't care who you like and who you don't like. If you love America, we love you too.
I think somewhere along the line, people have confused the loving America with like just other things, and it's just not. It's not what it's about, and it's not. I'm guilty of having my own moments in that. I live in New Hampshire, and it's the live free or die state. And I can get a gun at the gas station, but I can't buy weed. Not quite sure what else is happening there. Live free or die, but don't get high.
But don't get high. Yeah.
Yeah. All that. But hey, it is what it is.
Listen, I'm sorry.
No, go.
I was just going to say, we all have our moments, but that's the beauty, I think, of how we position Freebird. Whereas, have your moment. Have your moment on that side, have your moment on the other side. We love everybody. Yep. So, it's one of those things where I think that a lot of people just have to take like hard line on all sides all the time. And we just don't feel that way.
That's exhausting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
totally.
To dovetail, it's stressful.
It is.
Right.
True.
It's a pressure cooker.
Did you ever find that you inherited pressure, or some kind of pressure that is inherited either from family, from upbringing, from work, from your own expectations?
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I grew up, my father was very successful. And so, there was an expectation of me following in his footsteps. And there was always that shadow, that people talk about. And it was real. It was really something that, at the end of the day, affected me a fair amount when I was younger, because I just didn't know what to do with that. There was no way that I was going to do what my father did. I didn't really want to either. I was an entrepreneur by birth. I wanted to do my own thing, blaze my own trail. But at the same time, those expectations were, hey, you got to, if you don't do at least that, then, maybe you haven't been successful. And so for a long time, that really just lingered over, and it was like a cloud over me. But then at some point, I can't pinpoint when, but I realized, who cares? Like, good for him. He did great. But I'm me, and so it was a way of not only sort of freeing myself, but also relinquishing the pressure that I was really just putting it on myself. Nobody else was putting it on me. It was me.
Right. Yeah, no, I think I inherited a certain amount of stress and pressure from my upbringing. And my dad was, he was a World War II Navy vet, and he'd seen some shit. So like later in life, I started to understand why he was always so hard and rigid about everything. But that said, it is what it is. And, times change, even though I may feel that I've inherited some of that. I don't, this is not one of those like, blame my father. I go, look, dude, I didn't know this shit. We didn't know what he had been through. And now, we do. And now we have to wrestle with our own stuff. And that's the same way. I look at it as an opportunity to make it right with my own daughters and to go try not to, drop that on them either, right?
I completely concur with that, with both things. One being that, I certainly have empathy for those who feel that angst and that pressure. But at the same time, you can't use your past and your parents and whatever as excuses forever. You gotta man up or woman up and, put your big boy pants on and just do it yourself. And at the same time, I could not agree more. The lessons learned, even though, and I always say that my dad was like a Vince Lombardi kind of dad. He was great at barking. He wasn't really good at listening too much, but at the end of the day, but that's how he grew up. That's all he knew. But what can I do? I can learn from that and take the good, get rid of the bad and try to be better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot to that. Jeff, how about you?
Yeah, I think
Any self-inflicted pressures you put on yourself?
yeah,
I know there are some.
there is. There was a lot of pressure. Like I always did well in school, so there was already this expectation even early on that I become a doctor or a lawyer, that type of thing. What I realized later on is that I am motivated to succeed, but I had a different path in mind than they did, my parents did. And I think that was part of like me realizing, well, this isn't it's just not the same path that we're looking at here, because I would put so much pressure on myself to do well in school that I was losing sight of the things that I was really interested in. And I think once I got over that, I think it was like, okay, now I know what I want to do now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think that when you can get over that hurdle, your life changes. It did for me, and not to utilize the Freebird, topic ad nauseum, but I mean, it does free you. You all of a sudden realize, wow, like all the stuff that I placed on the self-inflicted pressure, it really was nothing. Like I was just doing it to myself, and it sounds like you felt the same thing, but it sure is
Yeah.
nice when it's not there anymore.
Mhm. Absolutely. We've had a few interesting comments about
Oh,
the negativity of the rap of some of these brands out there. I know that there was also a lot of conspiracy theory, and trust me, I love a good conspiracy. I'm all in.
Yeah.
There was stuff about Monster energy drinks, and I mean, I find some of the reasoning or the theories behind these things. It's fascinating. I mean, if you look away, you'll never know. But I mean, if you're going to hang your hat on it, you better really do some homework.
mm.
And I highly doubt, Jay, do you concur that I highly doubt that the Prince of Darkness, not Ozzy, the other one, needs to use canned water or energy drinks to get a hold of our soul.
I think they're probably the Prince of Darkness has other methods that are a lot more effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and busy
Just saying.
too.
He's
Probably just
busy.
a little busy.
Yeah, he's very busy.
I know
Plus,
if I was the Prince of Darkness, I would think way more creative than that. That would be my thing. I would be like, well, that just seems like too simple.
well, the other side of that is just that, yeah, I mean, what are we focused on here?
Right.
Is being good and being healthy and being a decent human being. Does all of this hinge on what you're drinking or what brand you're following?
Right.
Yes, it does, Peter. It absolutely
Well,
does.
only when it comes to Freebird, Southern
Right.
Spring Water.
Yes.
And
When you
I'll
drink
just be
Freebird, life is better.
I'll be
Yes.
peppering that around today, and I'm sure your team's like, make him stop saying those things. Make that Southern Spring 19.2 fluid ounces, by the way. What's up with that?
Yes.
Well, to be honest with you, that is the exact same um, amount as Freebird had in their. I mean, as Liquid Death has in their can. So we wanted to be the exact same from a competitive standpoint. So
Sure.
we just mimicked it. Yep.
Sure.
It sounds like you've put some pressure on yourself there.
I know, a little bit of pressure.
You could say that. You could say that. But
How
no,
about
honestly,
pressure you create for yourself, Jay? Is there pressures you create all on your own within your own little, beaker
Yeah.
of life?
Yeah. So I'm like a weird guy. If you didn't already know.
Don't say.
I don't feel a ton of pressure. I feel like that I think I'm just dumb enough to just think it's all going to work out. So,
It's the best.
yeah. And so but I also I truly believe in the theory that, just worrying and just, inundating yourself with unnecessary pressure only makes life harder. And so I'd rather just be oblivious, honestly. I'd rather just keep doing what we're doing. if you're confident enough in your mission and your people, and by the way, my people are the reason why we're successful. I just like to talk, but ultimately, I think there's a degree of confidence you get from feeling really, really good about what you're doing. And sure, there's going to be pressure there, but what am I going to do? Like sit around and cry all day or complain about it? No, I'm just going to keep. I'm going to keep my head down, work hard, and we'll see what happens. And if we fail, we fail. But at the end of the day, like we'll have done the best we can.
I love it, and I think that concludes our show. Anybody can do to stop me. So.
Okay.
I can guarantee he has something to say.
He might.
I
don't know.
I bet he does.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to do it.
In other news, Robert Kogan.
Kogan has succeeded.
Kogan has just returned.
Welcome to Making Things Happen with Robert Kogan.
Woohoo!
Robert, mother
Always
Kogan.
loving that intro, guys. Hi, Jay. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Robert. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Getting a little chilly up here in Toronto and across the northern snow belt.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? How's it going, Jeff, Peter?
Good, man. Good. Anxiously
Living the
anticipating.
dream.
I hear there's some kind of a polar explosion.
Jumping right in, I thought it was my connection. I see there's a little bit of a stall over there on the top left corner.
Mm-hmm.
But no pressure. There's no pressure. You only got to come up with 20 G's a month to cover 3 rents and 18 people. No, Jay, I got no pressure. one of my 4th or 5th favorite artists, Tom Petty, the song "Crawling Back to You." As sure as night follows day, most of what I worry about doesn't happen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think about that all the time. Yeah, it's a great line.
God,
I love that.
Great line.
Tom Petty.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That is, yep. He's one of the better ones in my opinion. But anyway, it's great to be back. This weekly routine is one of the best little outlets. The connections that we all make are still blooming with more business, more brands interested in checking out the Toronto market gateway. And you want to know? Here's the pressure I'm under right now, without mentioning any names, because we got to wait until we have everything in the store on the shelf, wait for all the bright things. Don't jump the gun, which I know you do, Jay, because how can you be yapping about every retail listing, every placement, every distributor, every win, every struggle, every loss? It would get ridiculous. But big pressure. But 2 days ago, I had never cracked a chain listing in Canada with a US brand bilingual label. And now you're looking at a guy who has now cracked a major Canadian chain with 3 SKUs launching in January.
Nice.
I am muzzled. I'm only allowed to talk about it on the podcast, but there will be no posting until the brand and the retailer and everybody is aligned and in sync. So that's a good release of pressure. And I'll put the question back to you, Jay. You are a weird guy. We're all weird to a certain extent. But I think there's more to the story of how you do deal with the onslaught of opportunities, filtering them out. Everybody wants you to sponsor everything. Everybody wants to get your product and get a deal on it and yada, yada, yada. So, I'm really interested in that because, and I also want everyone to know too, what I know is how smart you are, or what you referred to about finding that niche. Okay. All I'm going to say is Starbucks is Starbucks, Black Rifle is Black Rifle. End of story.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Well, Robert, you make a good point because, we're inundated with opportunities. And by the way, I think it's important to say that not all brands have that scenario. So I consider it a blessing, honestly. But it's a lot, and obviously there are financial considerations and there are people considerations and, logistics and all the things. So, and then of course the opportunities you mentioned with regard to retailers, we are right in the middle of the tornado so much happening, and it's fantastic. We absolutely love the opportunities we're having, and but it's a balance. You can't be everywhere all at the same time, and you can't do every deal. So there is some pressure there, Robert. The pressure is to make the right choices. I'm one of these guys that I don't mind going faster, because I know that there are plenty of other competitors ready to come right behind me. So I'm not in fear of going too fast. I'm just in fear of going too fast at the expense of executing properly. And so that's what I won't do. So if we cannot support our retailers, our partners, and execute at the perfect level across the board, then there's a point where we have to to say no to certain opportunities.
Right.
Yep.
Sure.
Right.
Hey,
one of the-
we're
Oh,
just
go ahead.
just getting this in, Jeff. There's a silver alert coming in. Apparently, Larry Livingston is lost. Doesn't know where he is. So, if anyone happens to see Larry, silver alert has been
Silver
issued.
alert.
Please guide him back to the assisted living, back to the facility, and make sure he gets some. Make sure he gets some of that Freebird Southern Spring water to rehydrate him after being out in the wild.
It's good to be hydrated.
Awesome.
You need to be hydrated.
That's right, baby. That's right. I want to pose this to the three of you guys and anybody else out there. You have teams, or some of you have teams, and maybe it's just your family that will call them your team. How do you feel that if you are stressed out and feeling the pressure and it's affecting you, you notice how it affects your family, you notice how it affects the team? What do you do to get out of that, break that cycle?
That is a fantastic point.
Thank you.
And it's it's one of the reasons that I try to keep a measured tone, because if you are showing your team that you're worried and you're nervous, then your team is going to have a negative reaction. They're just going it's just natural. They're all of a sudden they're going to be worried, and nobody can perform if the whole team is worried. So you don't want to walk around with blind confidence either. But I think it's just a matter of, hey, you just be consistent and be real and talk about the real things that are happening. And when you do that, then everybody knows the truth, rather than, some sort of, rose-colored glasses view of life. I think you just got to be, straight up with your people, and whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. But if you sit around and just worry and, act like you're just about to, explode, then they're not going to be happy, because they're going to be worried about their jobs and their livelihoods, and nobody wants that.
And they know too. They know by our mannerisms and the look on our face.
Right.
And the tones of our voice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true. Larry, stay where you are. Help on the way. Just stay put, and we're going to find you. Okay.
We're going to use that triangulation thing.
Yeah, we're going to triangulate on him. No, it's tough. It is. And you're right. It does. It flows down to the team. It flows down to the family. On that note, as founders, as business people, as creatives, as, humans, there's parenting chaos, there's pet chaos, there's internal chaos, there's partner chaos. There's a myth that we're supposed to balance it all out. Do you guys think that it's kind of like overplayed, or is it just really you have to roll with it as it comes?
I think that you make a mistake if you overreact to every situation. That's the way I look at it. There's a lot of drama in a lot of companies, and I can't stand that. There's just a constant, roller coaster of emotions based upon everything that happens. And again, I think as a leader, I think one of your responsibilities is to try to create an environment that's conducive to people feeling good about not only their employment, but just their roles and what they're doing. And if there are issues that come up, then you handle those in a professional way and in an individual way. But if you're just going crazy all the time because, you're reacting to every single little thing going on. That just doesn't work.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what Larry. Larry
Yes, I
finally,
saw that.
Larry finally caught up to me here, and he's giving me a bit of the old 1-2, a little bit of the
It's
old
okay with that.
Smith and Wesson. He's giving me.
I don't think it's plural though.
I was looking for which one of you guys had a floral scarf on. I was like, well,
I'm not wearing.
obviously it's not me. And by the way, I don't know, nobody's mentioned. I went out west recently and stole Lord Astor West's glasses off her nightstand.
Did you?
Brought them
Nice.
home, and now I'm just
I
wearing.
was wondering where you got those.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
where we got them.
I love it.
We got them.
I love
It's
it.
all good.
So you're a thief.
Oh hell yeah,
good.
absolutely. I'm an
Right.
artist to steal like a thief. You know,
I'm a smuggler, Jay.
it's
Yes.
true.
Gray market.
Wonderful.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
What we haven't figured out yet is how Robert gets an entire pallet of drinks into his pants and gets them across the board.
Right. He just
I don't
runs. He runs across
There's lots of ways, guys. Lots of ways.
Lots
the
of ways.
imaginary border.
Jeff, you had
Um,
something for us. Spit
Yeah,
it.
I was. Huh?
You spit it.
Spit it. Well, we were talking before you came on, Jay, a little bit about like how pressure can be two different. Well, number one, you don't want to let pressure build up, right? The whole pressure cooker thing, right? Because then it could release in the very wrong way, right? To whether your family or your team or anybody else, some random person on the street. But
Yep.
but there's also this other pressure that I think is kind of motivates you, right? It's the fire under your butt pressure, which is sometimes I find that it's an energy for me. If there's a little bit of pressure, and I actually perform better in terms of my job, because it again, I think that's just part of it. And when you recognize it and you're okay with it, I think it's a more positive outcome than it is if you're crawled up in the corner in a fetal position.
Yes, because I think there's a sense of urgency that you have to perform, to do well. For some of us that aren't as young as we used to be, I only have so much time to create this Freebird thing and make it work. And so, yeah, I mean, I can't just. That's one of the things I was mentioning earlier on one of Robert's points is that, I understand that in the beverage business and most CPG, there's an art to how fast or slow you go. It's a interesting thing to navigate, but I think there's a innate problem with going too slow because at the end of the day, first of all, you have competitors everywhere ready to take your spot on the shelf. And second of all, you also don't want to put yourself in a scenario where you're just waiting on some magical thing to happen that's just going to, through some gradual progression. I think sometimes when the iron's hot, you got to strike. And so to your point, Jeff, I feel like that, there is pressure from that perspective to make sure that you're executing and make sure that you're doing the right things and performing at an optimum level, because there are plenty of people out there a lot smarter than me that are doing those things. And so I got to be ready,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Robert, anything else you want to drop on us here while we've still got you? Any thoughts, any drips, drabs, or hot takes you want to give us on pressure or even humor? Because I think you're also a funny guy. Misunderstood. I don't mean funny guy. You're a funny guy. What do you mean I'm a funny guy? How do you mean funny?
What do you mean by funny?
I want to ask you about humor, because and you guys, we all have senses of humor. And we all have very different senses of humor. How do you, Robert, use humor in your sort of most stressful, or do you stressful situations?
Oh, way out ahead. Yeah. And when I am in a stressful situation, I will use maximum humor. I'll open the call with, "Where do you get your weed?"
Not in New Hampshire.
Right.
And there's 100 things to drop. Tons of things are going through my head as I'm listening and absorbing. But how do I deal with humor? And that last answer reminds me of this context of it's easy to sell the stuff, but to get it made, to get it in the cases on the pallets, you think that's done? You think it's over? To get it in the truck, then to get it delivered on time and get it off the truck, you think you're done? No, you're in a loading area. Now you got to get to the shelf. It's all about trying to put those 26 planets together. And I just want to pay homage to myself and Jay, because a lot of people don't realize we have chosen beverage. It is heavy. It is low volume per kilogram or pound. We are limited to 16 to 20 pallets per. Is it a truck? Is it a container? And look at Jay nod. And I just want to pay homage to Jay for taking on the challenge of developing the beverage brand. And here's some more humor. And you sort of nailed it with that introduction that made me look a little insane. I asked people, when did you escape the asylum? You want to do a beverage brand, huh? So does your family know what you're doing? Do you have $500,000 that is okay if you lose? Okay? Because I'm right there with you. Like, let's go. And don't tell my family that I'm putting 20 grand into your warehousing, your deliveries, and your marketing and your label translation. Don't tell anybody. So yes, we have to use humor, Peter.
Yes,
and I will say goodbye with this this comment that we are in the company, and this is you, Jay, of somebody that takes the humorous approach to the maximum. And myself and another, I'd say, 100 or so regular commenters, Jay. And you know what they say? For every person commenting, there's another 30 looking. Okay? So this crazy dude there down south with the Freebird is not only... you're doing an organic thing, Jay, and it deserves a lot of... I don't want to praise you because it's just something you're naturally doing. That is your character, right? It's not like to blow smoke, but it does create a really good community. At least once every 2 weeks, I wake up with pressure and I look at your post. That's exactly what I needed to read. Let's go. And the day gets better before it even starts because of you. So thanks for that. And that's a really important part of the whole vibe that we all live in.
Thank you, Robert. That's very nice. And by the way, I'm always happy to take praise. So feel free to layer it on at your leisure. That's
I got some more.
kind of you.
I got some more later. Okay. Have a great afternoon, guys.
Great.
Thank you, Robert.
Thanks, Robert.
Thanks, brother. Have a good day.
Guys.
All
Cheers.
right.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see here. Right. There he goes.
There he goes.
Took himself out today.
He did.
I couldn't find the button with all the mayhem you've loaded up into the back channel here, Jeff. So,
I know.
hey, are we doing? We're going to be doing something today, right, Jeff? We're going to be giving something out later. Why don't you give us a little? Is there a tease, or is there anything we want to pull up, perhaps on screen before we move on to the next section? Or am I?
Well, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. We have a trivia prize after this next part. And it's for a hat and some free Freebird water.
Correct. That is correct.
And as a bonus for everyone on this crazy call, we have a coupon code for 20% off on Amazon for Freebird. And I can actually, let me put that up.
Yeah, bring it up.
So you get the code. So use the code Society20 and you will get 20% off at Amazon on Freebird.
Yep.
Which is absolutely awesome, Jay. Thank you so much for doing that.
No, it's awesome. No, I'm happy to be here. And if anybody actually is watching this, then there you go.
You said what we were all thinking. If anybody's actually
right. Well, we know there's at least in the comments there are people.
There are, and I want to make sure because there's some people here I don't know, and I want to make sure that I say hi to Dee Dee Holdsmiller. And of course, we've got Lenora Ramza Minez. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Thank you for coming. Hopefully we'll all connect. If you're not connected to Jay, connect with him. If you're not connected with Jeff and I, please connect with us too.
Yes.
And as people continue to filter in, we've got more information. Of course, Rich is here, Richard Moniz, and as we said before. So, hey, question, Freebird News, speaking of pressure, didn't you guys, can you confirm or deny NASCAR driver Chase Briscoe has teamed up with Freebird? Is that
I can very happily confirm one of the coolest things that I've done in my career, as you could probably guess, Freebird and NASCAR is a perfect fit. And Chase Briscoe is one of the best drivers in the world, and we've partnered up, and so it's gonna be a lot of fun when you're sitting in your on your couch on Sunday afternoons watching NASCAR next year, as I know that you will all be doing. Be looking for the Freebird car because we'll literally be the feature sponsor on for 4 races. So
that's awesome.
And soon I will show a preview of that car on LinkedIn for everybody to see. It's absolutely awesome. It's so cool. Yeah.
I heard that before you landed Chase Briscoe, you were trying to get Babe Ruth's great-great-grandson, and it just didn't
it didn't pan out. Yeah. Ultimately, you got to go with what comes your way, and little Babe wasn't available.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I think they call him Tiny Babe.
I think they called him Bambini. I think
Bambini, maybe.
Yes.
All right. Well, this conversation's going into places I don't really feel comfortable, and I don't feel safe. Okay. Put that out there. I'm not feeling safe. Hey, Jay, what role does humor play in your life?
Oh wow. What does it not?
Right.
I lead with humor. I think honestly, first of all, I just enjoy it. I enjoy being silly. Obviously, you guys have seen me. I enjoy writing some, silly things, and it's fun. But I also, I think it's a matter of just being myself. And one of the surprises about LinkedIn, because I only started on LinkedIn about a year ago, and I had no intention of being this outlandish. It just happened, because I got comfortable with being me, and that's who I am. And so, I can tell you one thing: my family's tired of it. It's constant.
We know your wife is.
And if it's by it, you mean just you in general, or just that behavior?
So I just can't. I have a dad joke for everything. I like to, just make stupid comments about things and that I think are funny, and but that can get old when you're married to someone for 20 plus years and you've heard it 1,000 times, but oh well, that's what makes me.
Yeah,
it's a good outlet, I think, too, in terms of we're talking about pressure. It's, for me, that's what humor is. It's sort of like either I read something funny or I make a funny comment. It's kind of that release that I find. The one interesting thing, and I don't know, I'm sure you've experienced this, is that sometimes people don't get it. Like that, they don't get that you're being sarcastic about something, and it comes off. They're like, why would you say something like that? It's like, well, I was trying to be funny, and it's like almost like they don't believe you.
You have to read the room.
Yes.
I mean, you have to read the room, because I have definitely screwed that up several times where I've said one of my less, call it PG comments, and all of a sudden I look over and I've got, scowls at me across the room, and I'm like, oopsie, just kidding. But hey, listen, I will tell you this though. I think that there's I've written about this before, and I truly believe that if you're doing a job like I'm doing and like you guys are doing, every single thing you do is some component of sales. And I think that when you are, to use the overused word authentic, when you are fully authentic, self-deprecating, funny, you're just trying to get people to know you and hopefully to like you. And that to me is the core of sales, because if someone doesn't really like you, then the chances of them wanting to purchase from you or do business with you is probably pretty low. So I think it's just a likability thing. And I enjoy making people laugh, or, I enjoy making my wife, give me an eye roll. That to me is her way of laughing. But at the end of the day, that's just who I am. And I'm probably never going to change. And it's just the way it is,
Good.
Yeah, and I think it's key, and I'm with you. There are times where I have not read the room. There are times where I don't care to read the room, and I just do it anyway.
Right.
Those awkward moments are always the best.
Aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. I have a little saying that I use. It's something that people say, at least in New England. You go to a wake or a funeral, and everybody comes up and is like, yeah, fucking, it's good to see you. Better conditions next time. And I try to use that as good to see you. Wish there were better circumstances in any place. And people are like, what happened? What circumstances? What are the circumstances you're referring to?
Like a birthday party, maybe?
Yeah. Better circumstances. But on that note, the humor part of it, I think that everyone's got their own sense of humor, and it is a great way to deal with stress. I was saying earlier that my dad, was a big fan of, and I'm dating myself, the Reader's Digest magazine. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Periodical, the Reader's Digest magazine. One of the reasons I have such a fabulous vocabulary is because my father used to rip out the page of it was like a 20 words vocabulary words test, and he would save them and he would put them in baskets all over the freaking house with our name and initials, like with a check mark. You had to do a certain amount a week, otherwise you were put out with the dog. But there was always a section in there called Laughter is the Best Medicine. And it was always interesting, and it made me think about some of the things we talked about, how, stress and pressure are part of life. There's no escaping it. You can try, but it always comes back and gets you. But laughter really can alleviate some of that pressure and some of that stress. Do you guys feel, and how does everybody else in the audience feel about the fact that do you think that teams perform better when there is a sense of levity and laughter and fun in the air?
I know that I do. I think that, there are some corporate environments that are super formal, which is fine. There's a place for that. I just know it can't be my environment. I can't work in that environment. I need, even if we've got the biggest thing that we've ever done before that we're working on, doesn't mean we can't joke around. Doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the process. If we've got a deadline and it's 5 minutes away and everybody's freaking out, that doesn't help anything either. Just get to the deadline and do it, and have fun while you're doing it. I don't know. I just, I think that the team aspect of just people being happy and enjoying what they're doing is invaluable, because, and I guess, I'm lucky I've got a great team, and whether they think I'm funny or not, a lot of times they laugh, so they probably do it on purpose, who knows, but it's a lot more fun to work that way and work with people that you really care about, and you can enjoy it while you do it.
I love that. And Jeff, do we have anything for our ick segment?
Oh, we do.
Hey, Jay, you want to hang on with us for a couple of minutes? Jeff's going to share some garbage that finds its way into his inbox.
Awesome.
In my inbox and DMs.
I think Monique is here, and Karen, thank you for coming also. Anybody else that I missed, love it. Let's see here if we can get that thing fired up. Just a moment here for you all.
All
right, Jeff.
You're going to love it.
We get those messages from people. Everybody gets them. We like to highlight a few of them. We try not to name names or expose anybody, but
we don't care sometimes.
What's wrong with exposing yourself? Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Go ahead,
I
Jeff.
guess. Well, apparently Sean noticed a few errors on our website.
Oh, fuck. Sean,
You
thank
know,
you.
and he's asking permission to send over a screenshot. What do you think we should do? Okay, send as he suggested, you think?
My recommendation to Sean is to, go ahead and send it and ask
Right.
for, you don't need permission. Just send it and then ask for our,
Yeah,
our
you
forgiveness.
know what it is, Sean, is that I am the web developer of the site, and I put those errors in there just to make you crazy.
Yeah, people think I suck at punctuation. I don't. I'm incredible at it, especially in the sack punctuation. Never mind. Stop it. We're going to be banned from Spotify before this even goes on the air. Yeah, no, I think Sean's just dead wrong.
Right.
Dead wrong.
So, hi, Jeff. I came across your profile and saw your role in healthcare. So I didn't know that we did that service.
Yeah, no, we
Peter.
do. We do. You didn't know about that
What
department?
kind of
The
healthcare do we
department.
provide?
Well, as I've told you many times in the past, I'm not an
Yes.
accredited medical doctor, but I do like to treat my patients with as
I see.
much care and attention as possible. So there is an entire black department here of it's like the black ops side of Brand
I
Auto,
see.
where people come to the front porch and I come out. Sometimes I just open the window and I give them my best advice or treatment and drink
Jay's Freebird water. That's like healthcare, right? Because water is good for you. It's healthy.
Water is good for you.
Yeah.
It is.
Just say drink more water. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, just drink the damn water,
just like
man.
having healthcare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I heard that winter is the best time to upgrade. I didn't know that before, but apparently it is, because that's what I've been told now. Is that's the best time to upgrade and revitalize your website.
Jeff, I'm surprised you come across as like a WordPress expert, and yet you don't know seasonality and the importance.
Well, I know seasonality, but I didn't know that winter was the best time.
It's the very best time.
No, it is actually. You know what I think?
It's the happiest time.
It's early fall, late spring, because by winter it's too late.
They used to call me late spring in high school.
Oh yeah,
yeah. All right.
But Jeff, but Jeff, in the summertime, your website gets too hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very hot. You can't work on it when it's that hot.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. So, like, to have a cool website, it has to be done in the winter.
That's right.
That's right.
I get it now.
That's right.
Wow, you learn something new every day. It's just unbelievable. Just never stop learning.
I'll give you a shout out to Ginger Perry. We had a fabulous conversation last week. Super, super smart, super awesome. She's saying laughter is needed when you're constantly battling deadlines. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Laughter and occasional screaming is okay too. And
then screaming laughing is even better. I mean,
yes, scream laughing. I love scream laughing.
Everybody loves that.
That's good for like when you land in the front row at church on a Sunday. You want to scream laugh there. That's what you do. That's where it goes on. And
you want to hear something funny?
Yeah, please go. Get at us.
One time I got a DM that from someone asking me about like how I enjoyed collecting birds. Because they clearly didn't read beyond the bird. So they thought I collected birds.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
In the English slang terminology, meaning of birds, or
like
cheeky Jeffrey, cheeky.
I did hear that Jay collects cereal boxes, though.
That's a rumor.
Well, actually, I have this picture. I don't know if you can explain it or not.
That is awesome.
That is what AI is for.
That's what AI is for, I think.
Some people used to tell me I look like John Cougar Mellencamp. Do you think so?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Actually, yes. But I did want to show you. I have a prop here.
I was going for George Hamilton.
I have this
Millennials.
year 2000 that I saved. I don't know why I saved. I saved a bunch of stuff from 2000, but this is 25 years old. It's Millennials.
Nice.
I don't
What do you think?
get
Yeah,
it.
that can
I-
I'll ship it out to you.
I don't get
Can
it.
you
Well,
still eat them?
No, they're gone. I took them
Oh,
out.
they're
That
gone.
was like
It's too
that
bad.
was some kind of fire hazard or
Fed
something.
him to the crows. Hey, we're coming up on the ending of this, so let's get our trivia thing in there. Jeff, you wanted to
All
do
right.
a trivia question. We got a prize. I don't know anything. I'm claiming complete and total amnesia on this. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
So you do it.
Well,
You-
actually, you inspired the question for today.
Oh, the question.
Do you want to
can
ask it?
Can I ask it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I completely forgot.
Hmm.
I'm back. I was with Larry for a minute, and then now I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. So the trivia question is, what was it? Oh yeah. The trivia question is, what movie and character is this quote from? Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello. While you're
Wow.
thinking about that, we will just go over here for a minute. And
That's lovely music. I love that.
I wonder, last time we did one of those, we got blocked on
We
something.
got blocked because
You
the
don't have a license
music.
for that. I was like, I have a fucking license for that music. I bought it. What the hell's wrong with you? So we'll just keep doing it until somebody stop it.
Yes.
Did anybody get it, Jeff?
I don't.
This is how I wake my kids up every day, and they
I
hate
know.
it.
I have a backup question in case we have another fail. Usually it's my.
Sunshine. The Earth says hello.
Oh, you know what? I wanted maybe in the time that we're waiting for them to answer. Oh, we have a winner.
We do.
Oh,
we have a
Stephen.
winner. And
Stephen Raphael.
that winner is Stephen Raphael, the Raphael boy from up the road.
Yes.
I thought he was supposed to be in school right now, but he's not.
Awesome.
Storks, Lenora. Storks is one of my favorite movies in the world. Thank you for bringing that
Yes.
to everyone's attention. And I'm sorry for my reaction. It was a bit over the top.
That's
A bit
okay.
theater-esque, I suppose.
Right.
Awesome. We're going to get that
Awesome.
out to.
I'll reach out to you.
Yeah. To you.
Get your mailing address and all that. So
Jeff, before we go, do you want to pop that screen up one more time for the offer, if you will?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And Jay, before we let you go, I'm gonna give you a minute here to tell people where they can find out more about you, how they can reach you, what time you get up in the morning so they can be waiting for you. Things like that. Anything personal, really over the top, invasive.
Sure.
We're looking for some way to invade your privacy.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
I generally brush my teeth around 7:14 in the morning.
I'll be there.
So if you can be there, I'd really appreciate it. I need the support.
I will hold the brush.
Yes. Oh, thank you. That's
You're
a little
welcome.
weird, but okay.
It's okay.
And let me say this. It's really important for me to say. One of the things I love about LinkedIn is that I've been really fortunate to have some great support. First of all, you guys, and there's a community here that has gotten behind Freebird, and I couldn't be more thankful and grateful for everybody who engages with me and who supports Freebird. So first of all, thank you for that. You can find us at Drink Freebird on socials and at our website, and we're available on Amazon at this with this code right here for everybody watching, and you can also find us in stores throughout the Southeast, and we're going to be in approximately about 1,000 stores by the end of the year. So we've caught a little fire, so it's a lot of fun.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
You love it. I've always said you're on fire. He's just completely
Oh, you know what?
On fire.
I was just thinking about who we're having on the next show for next week.
Who?
Actually, it's a turkey. A turkey's next week. We're off next week. Just that's our.
We are. I'm going to do the show anyway. It's just alone. Okay. I'm going to do it right from the dinner table.
Oh
no. Well, I hope you all don't miss us too much. And I want to thank everybody for popping in today. And thank you, Jay, for joining us. I know you're busy. And you know, it's been great getting to know you over the last year or two. And to watch your brand grow and you know, start seeing some traction and success. I'm super happy for you. So
Thank you. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate it. And again, I appreciate you guys having me on the show. I always enjoy it. You guys are a lot of fun.
thank you, brother. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.
As always, I'm Peter. He's Jeff. We're from Brandartica. We don't just make brands pretty. What do we do, Jeff? We
I
make
know.
them impossible to ignore.
That's
right?
right. We leave a
Right?
dent.
God. And you know, the best part is that Jay just doesn't even fucking need us.
No.
They're like killing. So kudos to you and your team, by the way. And I mean that completely.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're around the week following this week, we'll see you again. And I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
If you don't celebrate, enjoy your can of tuna by yourself on the porch with saltines or whatever it is you've got planned for Thursday.
Right.
And I want to thank the rest of the team, Stephen, Scott, Larry, Brad, Richard, Rob, Brad, everybody, Lenora, the gang, Ginger, everybody else, Scott, for coming in today. And the rest of you people, you're all a bunch of wacky kids. And we really appreciate it. Anything else,
Yes.
anybody? All right, we're out of here.
I think
See you
we're good.
later.
Cheers, y'all.
Seriously, we're going.
Here
We're
we go.
going. We're going.